Howdy.
Howdy. So we are the Lumberjacks, and we run the Airsoft channel on YouTube called the Lumberjacks Airsoft. And so we're going to show you a little bit of what we run our personal selves on the Airsoft field. So we're going to go ahead and start with Justin.
I don't know, where do I start?
Alright, so
we both run HPA.
Alright, so starting with our primary weapons, we both run HPA M4 rifles that we both did drop-in kits on. So Justin had a Lancer Tactical, and then I went with an Elite Force, and we ended up gutting the gearboxes and doing drop-in kits with Polar Stars.
Yeah, I run the F2.
I run the Polar Star Jack.
And they're good.
They're good. Not sponsored.
Yeah,
they're good.
Yeah, that's why our guns sound significantly different. Mine sounds better.
No, mine sounds better.
No, mine sounds so much better.
It's just I don't know, man. Mine sounds better.
It do. It's so. So mine sounds better. Jumping into optics. Going into our optics, and attachments, Caleb has better ones, but I run. Get it out, get it out. You ready to join us?
No.
Okay.
I'm ready to join the dinner party.
Okay. But I run a T2 with a G33 flip to side magnifier. It's flipped to the side a lot more than it's not. As you'll watch, but it's a 3x magnifier because HPAs are good at long range as well as short. They're just good at range.
It's whatever you're feeling like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a little twist of the knob and you can go farther or less far, closer. So
yeah. It's also because if you watch our footage, we have times that we just stand back and lay down infidel fire. And we also have times that we push up very aggressively. So it's very nice to be able to just kind of change your sight magnification. That's it.
So the attachments I run is a replica EO because if you put actual money into an EO for Airsoft, I'm kind of worried about you and your financial decisions. Anyways, moving on, I use the PEQ box for light and laser. With a little pressure pad on my other side. I'm a left-handed shooter.
Whack.
I'm wacky-handed. So, yeah.
Left-handed shooter.
Those are my attachments. I don't got no special magnifier. Because I don't use a magnifier.
Because you just have good eyes. Yeah. Jumping into secondaries. Once again, mine is better. When you go to the Elite Force 1911, I run it with an extended mag because I hate bringing extra mags with me. We don't use our sidearms a lot because we have Polar Stars.
It's really in like that critical can't reach for your primary, like you're in like a squeezed area.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where like you just need something with a short barrel.
Yeah. You ever whip out your pistol and you have an HPA, God be with you. But, yeah, it's good in weight, good all-rounder, just go talk to any Airsofter. Elite Force 1911, TAC, arguably the best sidearm out there. You can't break this thing.
Anything you find here in our gear list, everything will be linked in the description below if you're interested in looking at any of the gear we're using or interested in buying it. Alright, so anyways, moving on to the secondary I use is the Umarex Glock 17 Gen 4. And so I think it's a pretty nice pistol. I personally like the Glocks mostly. I do like the 1911s a lot. I just decided to go with Glock instead. I have nothing against the Elite Force 1911 whatsoever. I just decided to go with the Glock. I'm a Glock guy, so...
He just makes bad decisions.
So the Glock 17 I have here, it runs off of CO2. It's a gas blowback, and that's just what I prefer is the gas blowbacks.
Let's go to helmets because it's on top.
So starting with the helmets, obviously for all our gameplay footage we use these GoPros on the little night vision mounts for these GoPros. And then we both have the same helmet cover, which is just a multicam to match with the rest of our multicam loadouts.
It's one Tigris. Good all-around helmet cover. It's cheap, and it's really nice if you ever need to quickly change the helmet loadout for Milsims and crap, because they always have weird helmet rules.
Just in case you buy a black helmet and you need a multicam helmet. So,
yeah. Not
specifying in any way possible towards anybody, but...
Yeah, the helmet base, it's like $20 on Amazon. It's not a really phenomenal base, but it gets the job done, especially for me. He runs a nicer one. Which one do you run?
It's a little nicer. I don't quite remember the company, but I picked it up at a Army surplus store, so it's just a little bit thicker and a little bit more comfortable on the inside than those like Amazon type bump helmets with the like bicycle helmet foam in it. But I like it a lot, and so yeah, that's kind of what we run for the base helmets. And then on the back, I like my helmet cover a lot because this is how I run our battery packs on the back, is this extra add-on for our GoPros to keep them rolling throughout the day.
So jumping into goggles is where I top Caleb.
That is true.
I run the Valken Techs. These are not Pit Viper goggles, although they have Pit Viper stickers.
Somebody just put Pit Viper stickers on them.
We don't talk about it. But they're really good. I have actually challenged myself to try and get these goggles to fog, and I just can't. It's almost impossible. Really nice thing about these goggles is if you have glasses, they have glasses adapters where you can click your lenses into them. Really nice for making sure your glasses don't fog, because you often see on the airsoft field dudes with perfectly clear goggles and their glasses under look like a goddamn smoke screen.
Oh yeah.
It's terrible.
It gets bad. Like, having non-fog goggles is one of the biggest things that I could recommend in airsoft. It helps you a ton. Keeps it from like that just awful cloudy goggle lens that you can't see through, and you're just sitting in spawn trying to fix it for the rest of the game.
It just sucks.
It's awful. Definitely gone through a lot of goggles. Dogs.
Euthanization.
Anyways, moving on to our headsets. So headsets are definitely not a need, but during Milsim we like to run our radios, which are mounted right here, and then he's got one mounted right there. We use the Baofeng UV5R ham radios on these headsets. They're the Peltor replicas, so they're a little cheaper. They're more in the $100 to $200 range. I think these ones were like what, 150, 160, so not too bad. And they're also active hearing as well, and then you get the helicopter mount or helicopter adapter to go into one of these push to talks right here. And that's how we run our comms.
Yeah. Oh. Mesh mask going into the helmet. Highly recommend if you run a helmet to get the helmet adapters, because what's really nice about these is when you're playing like a really big event like Jackal 5, or if you're just out on the big field, oftentimes you don't want to run a lower face mask because you're probably not going to get decked in the teeth and have them get knocked out. But what's really nice is to be able to flip them up, click them into your helmet, and same with the other side. I just don't want to do it because I'm lazy. But it's super convenient to be able to just attach it to your helmet rather than having another thing to have to strap on and worry about.
Most of these helmet rail systems that you get for like these $20 to $50 range helmets you can find all have these quick clips on the side of the rails, and that's how he's connecting them. We'll show a close-up of that real quick so you can see how that kind of connects into the helmet. Alright, so moving on to the next item on our list is going to be plate carriers. So right here I run a JPC replica, and then over here we have another JPC replica. This one's by One Tigris, as well as the, is it?
It's Tigris.
Tigris?
It's
right,
Tigris.
One Tigris is the company. It's a pretty cheap company, or like, it's an okay company. I'm not looking for like amazing specs for airsoft. It's sturdy, it hasn't broken on me, so as long as it works, it works.
Yeah.
It's also budget friendly.
Yeah, so looking onto the specifics, I have my PTT that clips into my helicopter port for my headset. You're just able to click it and instantly send. It's basically. I I gotta go eat my food, kids.
It's grub time.
It's grub time. Food, baby. That's good food.
Alright, so we're going to continue with the plate carriers and go over what's on them. If you want to start.
So, already mentioned the push-to-talk. Comes down to my Baofeng in my left side. This side here. Now on that left side, I'm gonna try not to knock over everything. Left side, so it's my non-dominant side. This is where I'm gonna primarily put my stuff. I got my radio pouch. I have this tucked on my inside. Actually, I don't like it on the outside because my arm gets stuck on my antenna. And then on the back, left side, I have my IFAC, which inside of it I keep my tourniquet for. This is not a real tourniquet. This is just to mark if we're on tape team. And then I also have a good dandy first aid kit tucked inside there. Good to carry one of those at the airsoft field for boo-boos.
So with these tourniquets, these are Milsim tourniquets. So basically it's just an armband that goes over your arm and you can tighten it down. This is how you heal people in Milsim games and stuff. But at the main field we play is Fox Airsoft, and they have a tape team and a non-tape team. And so we can use this as tape instead of their duct tape roll.
And then moving to the right side, which is my dominant side, I have just a carabiner that holds my gloves, and then a mag pouch that holds 2 magazines. And then how my magazines run, I run 7 magazines.
They're all mid-caps, so...
Yeah, they're all mid-caps, so there's no rattling. And since they're mid-caps, I frequently run out of ammo. And then jumping into the back, I just have a single pouch backpack to keep my air tank in. It's also good for camelbacks, storage items. Caleb definitely has me topped on the backpack deal. But yeah, that's kind of a good look at my plate carrier.
Alright, I'll go over my plate carrier here. So same thing as Justin's. I have a push-to-talk for my headset. That's how we can communicate. I have my radio here as well on my non-dominant sides. So I keeps clear of where I leave my Glock on my left side. As well as I run 6 mags up front. I don't have any side ones like Justin. I have the Taco, I think they're called High Speed is the company or something.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. They're kind of pricey. They're on the pricey end. But and then I just run the same mid caps. They're by Elite Force right up in front. Moving on to this side, I just have a general purpose pouch. That's where I keep my dead rag and my Milsim tourniquet, and then I have a couple extra tools in there and a roll of electrical tape, because tape always comes in handy all the time. And then as well as I have my IFAC right here, which is also my personal first aid. I have a real tourniquet on the outside right here, and then inside of it I just have some boo-boo kit type items. Moving on to the back, I have as well a backpack system. It's a little bit bigger than Justin's, but it also holds my air tank right here for my HPA system. On top we have some frags. This right here is the Cyclone grenade. This one is green gas powered or propane, and when you throw it, it shoots BBs everywhere. These are the ones we're allowed to use at Fox Airsoft. And then we have the Thunder Bee, which is a sound grenade. So these aren't allowed at Fox because it's such a small, it's like much smaller field. So we use this as a decoy grenade just if we need to move. So that's always accessible on the top of my pouch, so Justin can grab that if he's behind me. And then on bottom, this is just like a general pouch. We leave some extra stuff in, like our speed loader. We use the Odin speed loader. So anything like that can go in there. And then in the back pouch, you can use for camelback or air tank, as I use. So, yeah. That's
plate
the
carriers.
Plate carrier.
Yeah. Neither of us run a battle belt system. We're looking into getting and building a battle belt. Right now, we just use the belt loops on our pants for a dump pouch, which is really convenient to really quickly throw away a magazine or anything that is dropped. It's a great place. And we also just pistol holster on the side.
Yep. For our HPA systems, we run one extra thing, which is a air tank and hose instead of an AEG, which runs on battery powered. So HPA uses this tank, and so we both have one of these in the back of our backpacks. That's the biggest that's like the biggest reason we have the backpacks on our plate carriers, is just to carry our extra air tank for our guns. So this is our power instead of a battery. And then we also have gloves. So gloves are not one of those things that are like 100% needed, but I would definitely highly recommend them. I didn't run gloves, neither of us ran gloves until I had a boo-boo incident on the field where I got shot in the finger and it just wouldn't stop bleeding, and it stung. So
if we can find a photo of it, that photo will appear
Yeah.
now. If no photo appeared,
then no photo.
We didn't find the photo.
But it definitely hurt, and so we decided to put some money into some gloves. So that definitely helps, and it saved my fingers ever since then so many times.
He has kind of a higher end, like, Airsoft glove. What I have here, I simply went to Advanced Auto Parts and picked up just some mechanic gloves. They have good amounts of padding because they're fit really nicely. If you do have any kind of gloves, make sure that they fit really tightly. You don't want them to be any kind of size wrong, because that really sucks, and then you can't touch your trigger, you can't get to your mag release. There's a lot of things that kind of slow you down with way too big gloves. Just get gloves that fit you good.
Yeah, just get some nice tight-fitting gloves. Okay, well, thank you for tuning into our video today on loadouts. Definitely had a few bloopers here, but it was a lot of fun to make for us, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys learned something through it. So yeah, hope you guys have fun airsofting, and stay tuned for some new videos and gameplay. Peace.